In 1956, we had new chapter with our evolving. In a windy day with a lot of rains, there was someone get born in this dark weather that will be the new light for the earth. His name is Nikola Tesla. He born from two Serbian parents in Croatia. Tesla was having a lot of illness issues, and this experiment in his early age, the death of his brother while he was 7 and was so sick from cholera, until his father let go of his plans for his son to be a priest in the church and make him go to the engineering school. He was really smart and was having accurate numbers of complex matters that make his teacher think he's cheating, but he was not, and he writes this in his journal. And it was a side effect for his experiments and cholera that make his brain have the ability to visualize his thoughts, that make it really easy for him to calculate anything he wants, and this ability will continue evolving with him and make it easier for him with his inventions. And after graduating from engineering school, he had to work with Edison in his factory without recognizing it will be his first mistake in his long journey. And the job started with Edison have some problem in his factory and he couldn't fix it. This caused him to make advertising about anyone can solve this problem, and even he make a large reward for anyone can fix this problem or even know it. And it was $25,000, but no one know what's the problem until Tesla know the problem and even fix it. But the company didn't give anything, and it was his first time to be scammed, and he quit after that immediately. But after a while, Edison company had another problem that he couldn't fix, and he made another prize. It was $50,000 for anyone can solve this problem, but no one could. And Tesla go there again, hope to get the prize, and after 6 months from hard work, he knows the problem and fix it. But Edison for the second time didn't keep his promise and told him it was just a joke and he didn't have any money. Tesla was having a lot of money problem after that make him homeless for 1 year. But in this 1 year, he was have a lot of ideas about a lot of other inventions that will change the world. After a while, Tesla know a businessman and they started their own company, and for the first time he had his own company that called Tesla that started to sell electric lamp light. But the things didn't end up well after his partner decided to take his ideas and make their own separated company, left him with nothing. And he didn't settle and continue made his inventions, and in 1887 registered 2 patents for alternative current that started a long war with Edison's inventions. Tesla started to show up over and over, and his name is starting to shine, that make George Westinghouse want to get his invention for $1 million and even help him with his invention. And for sure Tesla said yes, and this time Edison think it's the end of his career that make him start another war, the media war, that Tesla succeed to win it. Edison didn't stop there. He filed a lawsuit against Tesla for taking of his inventions, and of course lose it after a really short time, because the creative and unique designs that Tesla made make no doubt that he the one that made it. And in 1893, World Olympic Edition, who resides in Chicago, that's where Tesla made his stunning show that left everyone saw it worthless, with Tesla ideas about electric and how to use it in a lot of different way from our limitation of thinking about electric. All the things give no choice for Edison but burn all Tesla works in his lab, which led to his bankruptcy. But it wasn't the end for Tesla, cause he succeed to redesign a lot of his work in just half year from using his really strong memory. But it was the second time the problem left Tesla with nothing, and of course this didn't stop him, and from now on Tesla will start another level of evolving. After having the opportunity to help Westinghouse to build the first and biggest electric station in Niagara, and that made him $100,000 in profit, and help him to make his scientific laboratory in Houston Street, and that's where he invent mechanical indicator for selective resonance purposes, and this is used in war purposes, because the first time he used it, he made incredible vibrations that damaged Brooklyn Bridge in 2 minutes. And of course this event was hushed up, because in the same time there was earthquake in the same time that Tesla had his experiment, so no one know if he have hand with that or not. And he started to have experiment to use the flash in the sky, that gave him the ability to use the maximum of this energy in his new lab in Colorado Springs that was known by unstable weather there. And he started to build a big machine to play as storage for the flash energy, and he succeeded to have a huge energy and name it the free energy, cause it need nothing to have connection to transform it. And he even tried if it's working or not by adding some light in the land around the lab, and when the flash hits the machine, the light around the lab started to light up without any connection. And he even could maximize 3 times this energy that caused all the lights in the closest city to shine up. And Tesla succeeded to make the bank agree to give him the money for his experiments. But of course, after knowing it's a free energy, they started to stop financing these experiments and even stop making the machine even it's in halfway to finish it. Cause of course it was a big threat for them and their businesses. And they from this point started to interact with Tesla as a big red flag and make every businessman know he can be the end of his business. And of course this didn't stop Tesla from making other invention, and he buy a land with help from other companies that can help him financially. And this project called Ward and Steve, and it's a copper transformer, and it's like sound amplification but with electric energy, and that amplifier current to millions of volts, and that's by depending on the resonance in the ionosphere, and that's by collecting the air freight shipments that make a fake flash from the sky to light up 1,000 miles in the sky. But the founding company stopped this project because it make a big threat to their business, and that's mean stop the first experiment that can make the free energy for everyone. After the succeed of this experiment, Tesla started other level, but in this level it was dangerous to experiment this thing around cities, so he wanted to go far away from any city, and that's happened when he started his experiment in Tunguska in Siberia. And he succeeded in collecting a large amount of shipments that made a big explosion, that people started to see color light in the sky far away from the explosion. And that was a big secret experiment from Tesla that make a lot of people in power starting to make pentagons behind him, and even make him sign for not talking about this experiment. But after 50 years we started to know about this experiment. After that Tesla made a lot of other inventions, but he didn't share it because he know it will be used in war. One of them called Peace Ray, and it make to remote bombing any aircraft, can be used as airfield for anyone who want to use it. After 5 years from this experiment, there is someone get a Nobel from making the radio, and of course Tesla wasn't happy about that because it's one of his invention, and he make a law case about this, but he didn't succeed. And once he lose it, he get depressed because now there is a lot of his invention named by other people names. And after a while he make other show in Madison Square Park to prove he have the same knowledge that used in the radio by remote control some ship in water. But people didn't believe this show and they think it's magic. Tesla didn't care and continued to make his invention. And this one was really important because he made the first car that moved with just electric, and it was a big threat for petroleum industry. Tesla had a lot of knowledge that made a lot of other inventions that didn't share. The hologram, the TV, the robots, all of these things Tesla was knowing about it before it came the real life, and a lot of more things we know about it in 2060, and we'll know why this date specifically and a lot of other things in another video.